can do now.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Tonight's a good one here in the AFC. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. One step away from playing for the AFC title. This divisional round contest is underway. Here's Carter on the return. Escapes a defender. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Completed over the middle. And they get to him a good ways downfield from that line of scrimmage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Going to the ground again on first. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, that's a run. Ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Sanders. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Has his man, that's their rookie from Oregon. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless. He took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Back to throw. Here's Sanders. Forced out to his right. Completed to his running back. And he's going to set them up with a first down on a huge gain.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down from the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Devin Lloyd making the play. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Fields this at the 19. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Sanders. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Throwing again here, Sanders. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Sanders now on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. First call here coming from the shotgun. Lawrence working from the gun. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So that's the end of one in this AFC divisional round contest. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Back for the second quarter, it's Jaguar football. They're looking at first down here. Lawrence to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
On second down, it's ETN. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Logan Cook on to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
First carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
They'll go play action for Sanders. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
3rd and long here for Sanders. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Sanders going to throw here on first. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns hoping to put our first points on the board. 2nd and 3 now. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. This one's caught. They were ready for him. They won that battle on the ground. This is backed up to the 9.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
3rd and short here. Sanders. This throw is caught. That's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get some late points and the lead. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Prater able to tack on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Prater on to send it away. Return starts at the 3. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
They motion the tight end over. Lawrence again here, 2nd and 10. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Tight end going in motion here. Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run right, throwing deep down. Big gain downfield. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he's brought down after a short gain. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence. Flushed out of the pocket. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Little knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
It's only 3 points, and they're going to still trail at halftime, but every little bit helps. And I'll tell you this as well. It also helps maybe later in the game. You got a 4th quarter clutch kick. To have that confidence built, that's important.
His return starts at the 5. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Back to throw it. Complete out to the right side. This gets forward to around the 29. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, one play remaining in this half. He'll throw it. That'll be complete to Ford. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. The Browns close in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback. And they didn't either.
All right, here we go. Second down. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself, third and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
On third down, they'll go with Sampson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First down, ball at the 36. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Completed to his running back. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
First down from the red zone. Gets it to him on the screen. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns push their lead further to start the half. Prater on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. Now Prater on to send it away. Mecole Hardman now on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Lawrence with it on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's ETN on 1st down. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Throwing out to the left, caught! And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Lawrence here running the sneak. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. It's going to be 2nd and goal. He tries to sneak it, and he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak.
I don't think that defense was ready for that kind of push at the point of attack. I think they were thinking outside run, play action, but they get gutted, and they get gutted right up the middle.
Lawrence is going to try and throw. Buying some time right. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Evans now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Connects with Thrash. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. It's Browns football. They just need to close this quarter out, and they're on to the next round. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Thrash hauls it in. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from the 41. To the air, Sanders. Hits him on the out route. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a first.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
On first down, here's Sanders. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Second down carry for Sampson. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so third down now.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Looking to throw. It's on target to Johnson. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Starting on the ground here with Sampson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Sanders back to throw. That's a Cleveland touchdown! The Browns make it a 9-point advantage. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Now Prater on to send it away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And he's got them quite the gain here, partner, as he finally is brought to a stop. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Jaguars down by 10. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Throwing now. Into the hands of his running back, Etienne. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Desperation time here on 4th. And he's caught. He's got Brown. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slant, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB,
Yeah.
and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, that big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Setting up to pass. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. and they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Here he is to throw. This throw is caught. And they're going to stop him after a 4-yard gain. That means 1st and goal is coming up. So they call a timeout. So that is their final one. And with time left for maybe 2 plays, let's see what they do. Do they chance it or do they just kick it now? Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. So the Browns come away with the win. So to the conference championship game, they go, Brock. A season that's already memorable, lasting at least 1 more week.
And that's all you want to do, survive in advance, and see what's ahead of you. Now in the distance, you can see the Lombardi Trophy.